These next two are out of a bred female I bought from JD Show Pigs this summer in the Bred for Success bred female sale. They're out of a boar called New Heights at Platts, which was the picture of this back on Cinderella that Hildine Sloan sold for $125,000 at Perfect Timing last year. And the JD sow is a unashamed roll call, and she would have raised the reserve champion lightweight Hampshire at San Antonio last year, and he says this is his best sow line that he tries to build off of, and I believe both of these will go Hamp. The wider belted one here, lot 28, that'll be my round 3 pig, and the one going to the corner there towards the camera is lot number 29. That will be my second round Barra, but I think both of these will go Hamp. I think be very good for Houston, Austin time, in my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Tito. All right, next we have Reeves and Smythe. AJ is going to tell you what their story is up here.
I think he's going to lead off with the spot. The spot will be a Remain Silent Waterberg. Mom would have made the reserve overall at Ellis County in 23, the reserve dark OPB at Angelo in 24. He says this one's build is very, very similar. We just think this one's a little stouter. The Burke is a Pin 1 top shelf slitter mate.
Hey, Blake, did our live feed go down? Can you check on that? We're good? Okay. Thank you, AJ. Next, we have Corey Pell's up here going to tell you about his pigs and his offering he bought.
First and foremost, thankful for the invite with Matt, Colin, and Reagan and the crew. Blessed to be here, but I brought a pair of pigs that honestly, we were showing at Tulsa and Oklahoma City, and these haven't had much work or care, and we brought a pair and set them back and got the invite a little bit late, but the white one's going to be our leadoff. That's a Let the Beat Build Smoke on a back on track on Ice's sister. I like that pig's look up front. He's dense-legged, he's shaggy and hairy. I like that one quite a bit. Berkshire's going to be an above and beyond and top shelf. Mom there's litter mate to the 7th out Berkshire at Oklahoma Youth Expo last spring. Like that pig a bunch. That was a short litter. Best male in that particular litter. Very good pigs.
Thank you, sir. You gonna talk to him, Gary? Matt?
All right, next in will be CNC Show Pigs. They bring a trio of them. The Chester, pedigree-wise, is a Chester. Run out the rest of them, all three of them. There should be 3. They're going to lead off with their crossbred, which would be tag number 34. The Chester, I believe, is 35, and the spot would be lot 36.
Now next in the ring, we got Todd Show Pigs. Gary's going to tell you what they're about.
We're going to lead off with the Duroc male pig. That's tag 37. That's a Born This Way on an insider trading. That one's mom was the champion Duroc Gilded OYE last year. The sire, the Born This Way, is the boar that I own with Winter Circle. He threw the champion Duroc Bear at San Antonio last year out of his first crop. That sow had all male pigs this time. We took probably the skinniest one to Coba Futurity Sale this last weekend, and he was champion there. This is the one that we probably had set back for PT, and we just kind of ran out of pigs that we was proud of to take to live sales, so we decided we wanted to bring them here. But we like that one a great deal. The off-belted pig, that's a 25-liter pig, tag 38. That's a Wild Time on an Icon Gangster. It's one of our better crossbred sows. She threw the high selling gilt at the exposition this summer. Our favorite bear last winter was out of that sow that done a lot of winning in Oklahoma. He's probably the skinnier one in the litter. Great big legs. I think if you just trust that one and put him on feed, you'll have something down the road. He's got a little shot knot on the left side. That didn't happen until yesterday. He got a little hot on the trailer. I gave him a shot when I got here, and he swelled up on me this morning, but we'll guarantee that on him, so we don't think that'll be an issue at all.
Thank you, Gary. Next up is Warden Showstock. Got a good offering he's going to tell you a little bit about here.
I got tag 39 and 40 coming in the ring here. First of all, I'd like to give my appreciation to these guys. They put on a hell of a sale, and they're good dudes to work with, and they make this a lot of fun. Makes the long drive worth it. So got tag 39 and 40. Tag 39 would be a True Story Savage Revolution Wedding Crasher. We out of a red gilt purchase we bought from Kurt Morgan. Short litter, there's only 4 pigs, but they are all damn good. I like this pig a bunch. Looks like an easy feeding kind, big-legged, big forearm, stout. I like that pig a bunch. Tag 40 would be a Sunrise Say It, blurred 40-2, blurred vision. Littermate to that one would have been the leadoff at the congregation sale a couple weeks ago in Cordell. I like this pig a whole bunch as well. That one's mom we sold for $7,000 at the Dakota Gold Pig sale, and she never got showed, but she should have because she was damn good. Again, the off belt is tag 39, and the belted one is tag 40. Pair of spots coming in here. Tag 41 is 47-3, the barrel pig, and then tag 42 is the 47-8 gilt. These ones' mother would have raised the champion boar at CPS Summer Type Conference that sold the Lairds for $20,000 called Rewind. This has been a really impressive set of pigs. She had 14 of them this time, and we saved these 2 back out of this litter. Only 2 left on the farm, and they are pretty good representation of what they are, of what that sow can do. The gilt pig looks just like the one the sow's littermate sister raised the Reserve Grand overall at Iowa this past year, or this summer, and that one's built exactly like her. Wild looking, good built, short backed, be fun to feed for sure. The barrel's a little greener. He had a rupture, so he got fixed, but that one will get stout, and he's big-legged and square, and his angles are right. His toes go the right direction, so we got a lot of faith in these 2. So appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Okay, this is KW Livestock. Most of you probably know my son Luke. He's usually here. I'm usually the guy at home behind the scenes, or old man Briar, as they call me. So, our leadoff is the belted. That's out of Danner 211. Danner 211 is a Jericho son, and the litter mate to that boar was grand at a little show southeast of here, Houston, in March. It's out of a snafu daughter, and that snafu daughter raised champion 3 times in Nebraska this summer, and his mother would be grandmother would be a litter mate to Nomad. The spot is actually what Luke would call a dirty spot. He's out of Biggie. Biggie is a OG son in Oklahoma, and the dam is the fast forward, high and tight, and the dam was reserve champion 4-H spot at Iowa State Fair last year, and the litter mate was champion in Wisconsin, and also at the Iowa State Fair, 3rd overall purebred and champion spot barrow was a litter mate to that pig's dam. So we're pretty excited about this pair of pigs. Our last 2 consignments are litter 29s. These are litter mates. They're out of Blowing Smoke at Upper Hand, and the dam is a snafu, also a blue snafu, and her gilt pig from last spring was champion at the Minnesota Youth Expo, and that also their grand dam is litter mate to Nomad. And we're pretty excited about these 2. And like I said, they're Blowing Smoke snafus. I'd like to thank the guys for inviting us again, and happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks again. That was KW Livestock. Next in the ring, we have the man, Cozart.
Thanks to the guys for having us out. I think we don't go to a lot of pig sales. We typically sell them off the farm, but we're kind of trying to expand here. So we thought we'd bring one. This one's a little different. She's bigger than everything else here. I think the guesswork's done. She's a new creation. I'll go deep in the pedigree. She's a new creation, cruel, dirty. My bad. New creation, backslap, cruel, dirty, deuces, dirty's aunt. So most of the stuff, if you come to the farm, is going to be out of that cruel sow. That sow produces for us. The mother here is a gilt litter. 2 litter mates to her make the sale at Dallas last year. The cruel sow has made a couple class winners at San Antonio and a gaggle of sale makers at the majors. I think this one's dual purpose here. This one's a show gilt deluxe, and guarantee this one makes a sow. Mother here lays down as a gilt and is unassisted, has 10, milks like a Holstein. Grandmother always unassisted, breeds every time, cycles like a charm. And again, we foster pigs on tour because she milks. We like this one a great deal, and I think she's got a lot of future. Appreciate the guys having us out.
Thank you, Cozart. Next up, we have CKL. CKL spots.
Well, I thank these three for still letting this old man come play the game with them a little bit here at these pig sales, and everybody's bragged on them enough. They've done a good job with this sale, and they treat you like kings, and all that's true. I'm here to give them a hard time, not a good time. So, but anyway, we brought up a pair what we really like here today, CKL spots. We'll talk about this gilt first. They come by the house all the time, them three, about 3 times a season, and get me lined out and tell me I'm making these pigs too easy to raise, and I need to make them harder to make. So I work at it, and I think we got one here. We brought this gilt here, and she is hard to make. She's a good-looking one, kind of trendy in my opinion. What you don't see every day around CKL, but I'm trying to make them a little more current, and I think we did it here. She's a double first cousin. That same Grandma Sal's on both sides, and that seems to be really a good lined up pedigree for us. Both these pigs' mothers are litter mates. The double up boar we had there's done so well, they're litter mates to him. These are both Axis tilts. That's a champion boar we had there at Belton. Sold for $13,000 there to Shuffler and Miller. And that boar's done a tremendous job at our house there, tying him back in. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for keeping me in line.
These are G2's entries. James is at work because Kayla's unemployed, and she's holding a baby. So these are shot-fired green bottles. So it'd be shots fired back on his mother, correct? Yeah. Boar pig here. I think the G2 firm is one that's on the rise here, and I think this is a very good representation of what they're trying to put together here. One that's very complete, very feedable, looks like it has a bright future, and definitely a firm that'll stand behind them, and these things will feed.
Thank you. That was G2, tag 50. Next, we have a Macon Storks offering coming in here. He's going to tell you what their story is.
Appreciate the invite. I think this is about our 3rd invite and first time we showed up. But brought a pair we like pretty well. 51, 52. 51 to be the black bear there. That is an Out for Blood Trick Daddy. That one is just fair warning. He's a crip, but that one's there in his flank. Should be easy to get to. Been a neat litter. I have a first-time gilt. Think that one fits real well into that March time frame. He's looked the part all through the nursery and then some, so excited to bring that one to you. The next one we've got, 52, would be the Duroc gilt. That would be a limited edition Bury My Bones. Younger sow there, had a real good off-age litter for us last time. We kept pretty much all the females out of there, and that's why we weren't too scared to offer this one. So I think that's a real neat one. Anybody chasing one of those pure gilts for the spring, I think that one's pretty highly competitive. That's our offering. I appreciate the invite.
Thank you, Macon. Next we have coming in is MT Hart Livestock. Got a couple white offerings he's bringing in here, and the trailer guy is going to tell you about them.
All righty. Thanks to the whole crew for having us out. We showed up for the first time this spring, got along really well, and we enjoyed it, so we're happy to be here and proud of the pair we brought. The male is going to be our leadoff. I believe that's going to be tag 53. That's going to be in another time LTBB Wham. Another time is going to be a White Lies son that stands there at Wysoon Brothers, raised by Todd Byers. That's going to be a White Lies on Life Sentence's sister, will be the boar on that one. And then the Let the Beat build, the Wham female, is a gilt that we showed last year. Ended up being the $15,000 high-selling light cross at Texas Elite. I think she was like 5th, but we liked her a bunch, bought her back. That sow's littermate brother was a class winner there at Austin in the heavy Yorks. And again, just Let the Beat build has done very well for us. The sows look like they're going to do very well so far at this point. And then the gilt's going to be tag 54. It'll be another time pig there, but on a different sow. It's going to be a Tarantino Dirty Secret female. So it'll be a belted female behind that white one there. That sow would be a littermate to the champion heavy division crossbred bear at Louisiana State Fair in 21. Raised a couple of sail makers for us at San Antonio. That sow's raised a 3rd overall middle division gilt there at Texas Elite a couple years ago. And the Dirty Secret grandmother behind that one has done a whole bunch for us and for Kelton. That's kind of where she originated from. So tag 53 will be a male, the lead off another time, and then the another time gilt will be tag 54 will be our second round.
Thank you, Murdoch. Next up, we have Palmer in the ring. He's going to tell you a little bit about him.
Thank y'all for letting us come down. Normally, we don't sell at a whole lot of sales because those of y'all who know us, we got a lot of kids. And if you're feeding hogs for a lot of kids and all you show is your own, you keep the top 20 or 25%. So my kids aren't showing, so we decided to come out and thank y'all for letting us come. These two guys, 10 litters, are out of probably one of our all-time favorite show gilts. She is grand 2 years ago, all through the wintertime. We bought her back at OYE. First crop, she produces the grand at our county. And then Ty Goss and his crew bought her at OYE, took him on to Exposition and was reserve division. This is her second litter. These are buckle ups. So buckle up, All in the Family. For those of you who don't know All in the Family, that's a boar at our house, or was at our house. He produced the reserve grand and the 3rd overall at OYE in 22. So anyway, I've had several people ask me which one they like the best. I don't know for sure. We're starting off with tag 57, the one with a little more color there, the little bigger guy. Like I said, both these guys would be at our house if we were still showing. And if my kids were still showing, they'd be broke a little better than that. Sorry, they're all moved out. Next one in's a little bear we brought. He is let's see here. He's a wild side, tricked out. That particular is out of a first litter gilt. She'd be a mate to one of Rachel's bears her a couple of seasons ago. He was a solid black bear, wins a class at OYE, grand 4 or 5 times through the jackpot season. That's her first litter. He is already castrated. He was a crip, but we got him fixed about a month ago. Everything looks good. Slowed him down just a little bit, but he's back going real good. The 8-litter gilt is probably our deepest litter at the house, was the 8s. She didn't decide she wanted to eat real great up here, but she's starting to fill back up. So she'd be a worth the wait, Judgment Day, never before. So 8 litter gilts, worth the wait, Judgment Day. Worth the wait is a tricked out son there at our house. He'd be a litter mate to the Grand at AYE 2 years ago. So maybe 3 years ago, when Moyer judged. So worth the wait, Judgment Day on the gilt.
Next we have coming in is the one and only Blair Moore. He's going to tell you a little bit about him.
Riggin says only positive comments, no negatives. So we'll make this all good and short and sweet. Thank the guys for letting us come down here with the set of hogs. We got tags 61, 62, and 63. 61 is our leadoff, and his mate is 63. Those are going to be wild side, no fours. Four south. We've tried to build around. The pigs have always fed good, and I think they're a couple different kinds, those mates are, but I think they're a little different feeding kinds, but I think they're both good in their own areas. Then the tag 62 is going to be a buckle up, push timber. That's going to be the traditionally belted one there in the middle. That would be a similar mating to the gilt that we sold down here last year in a sale that the Hadley Reeves got, similar pedigree. And that barrow's mother would be, Grandma will be the gilt that's on our banner. And we have very few sows that have names, and I got a lot of faith in that one that'll feed. He does have 2 on the back sides. One's just hanging high and one's hanging low. So if you got any questions, just come back and see us, and we'll be happy to show them to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Blair. That was positive. All right, next in the ring we have Edgar Showpigs. We have Joe here who's going to tell you a little bit about him.
Thanks again for the invite, and I guess convincing me to get out of the combine when we're still not done there at home to come on down and try to bring you a pretty neat set. And I've told a lot of people all year I thought the later we got, the better these things were going to get, and I think this holds true. The pair of litter mates here, out of a board there at the house we call For the Record. He's a heavy hitter next Encore son. We had about 6 litters of them, and I probably have 20 next season, and heck, if it's as good as I think it's going to be, we might have 40 the following one. But Mama here is a Last Horizon Encore, very, very neat one. We're going to go ahead lead off with the white socked one here. That I believe is tag 64. The litter mate with the black front leg is tag 69. A pair of these, I think the right guys can get them to Houston, Austin, and then I think really, really good for those April counties as well, for some of those later deals as well. So I do think there's actually a little grow here based on Mama and what she looks like. Honestly, that For the Record deal is real, real good, and we're pretty pumped to actually have that one there at the house. The pair of red ones coming in here, a lot of guys down here know me as the Duroc guy. We do run quite a few of those sows and have been fortunate to have a little success. Riggin and I have kind of been on a mission for a while on this red deal, and we've been fortunate enough, I believe, to have maybe 4 class winners at Houston over the last 3 years. Probably had a pair of them that we thought were maybe a little better than that. And then actually did have not one that he ended up with, another one that was reserved there last year at Houston and stuff. We think this is a really, really neat pair of them. The bigger one is the 101 hog. That is main character drop green bottles. Mama there was reserved Duroc gilt at our state fair and 3rd overall breeding gilt. And so this is her first litter. The little one is the 110 one. Again, main character, drop a hint. Mama there was the grand champion red one and the grand reserve grand breeding gilt at our state fair there last year. 2 of the very best, if not the 2 best red gilts that have ever farrowed at our place. The 110, I believe that maybe is the only male in that litter. That's part of the reason I left him intact. If you notice, I don't bring many boar pigs out. I cut them all because there's only one way to win a barrow show, and if they stay intact and I like them too much, they probably sometimes don't leave. And this one here just reads to me as an elite barrow, and Riggin told me to bring him one that we thought had a shot, and I said I got a pair of them, and here they are. We like to make them to try to look like crossbreds, to be wild looking with back shape and be comfortable. You know, stoutness and feature, you know, tends to come on these red ones, and I think we don't ever seem to be short there in that department if we can just get them right there in the end. So a real neat pair of red ones we brought that we're pretty high on. Go ahead, drop those out, and then grab the pair of blues. The big blue gilt coming in is a Crazy 8, no guts, no glory. Crazy 8 is an Expo next contestant. Crazy 8 was actually a mate to our PT boar pig that we sold there last year, and we had a handful of litters out of him that have done a really nice job. That one's getting big enough. I think a lot of the guesswork is out of that. That one's pretty much dead stick broke, has been a favorite of the college kids that work there. I tell them she probably don't need walked every day. She's broke, but they've always liked her enough that one has seen more than her fair share of attention and is ready to go. I just think for those that are looking for in the blue division, whether you're OYE or a real good blue jackpot gilt or one down here, that I think that one's very, very neat. That NG sow behind there, we won 2 class winners at our state fair out of her this year. Lots of sow power. A few of the guys that follow the crossbred deal knows that No Guts, No Glory deal, which was an Encore son, has been awesome for us on the south side. And last and definitely not least, that black-nosed blue barrow, that little guy is there. He'll be there towards in my last round. He is a My Intention Encore Dirty Secret. Mama there is my favorite Encore sow. You're interesting enough, I don't have many blue sows. In fact, I counted, there are 2, the mother of both of these 2. And yet one of my very, very favorite ones. I think for My Intention and a little blue barrel, this one's uniqueness of look up front and squareness of chest and shape, and still having those pieces that I think My brings to the table, I think is a very, very unique blue one for that Austin OYE blue division. So thank you again for coming, guys. That got me out to kind of enjoy the break from the grind there at home, and look forward to the sale this evening.
Thank you, Joe. Next, we have Day Family Show Pigs, and Justin's going to tell you what they're about.
Thank you, Colin. As inviting the opportunity, and while the location has changed, these guys' commitment to hospitality and quality of stock is not. So we know what we got to bring something that we're proud of when we come here, and we had these 2 set back for a minute for this sale. We're going to lead off with the little off belt here that's in the center of the ring. That would be tag 70. He is a game time backdrop in game. His mama was a sale maker at OYE last year. She'd be a litter mate to the board day money that Maverick Squires bought from us. she's just getting started. This is, female that we think is going to be around a long time. Her grandma, or her mom, I'm sorry, the grandma of this barrow would be our foundation in-game kingpin sow. The traditional belted barrow, he is already cut, ready to go. It's tagged 71. That's a 32 liter. Those pigs have been very popular there at our place. We actually let off at Kings 2 with one of these. We let off at Holy Smoke with one of these. They are wide awake. Game kingpin, so the same in-game kingpin sow on the bottom of both of these. And that particular male would be out of a litter mate to Modern Day, the boar that stands there at Colston's, and also a litter mate to the Reserve Grand and 4th overall Gilts at Tulsa last year. Again, another one that this is her first litter. I'm looking forward to having her around for a long time.
Thank you, Justin. Next, we have up Atchison. He's going to tell you about what his one offering.
Well, first and foremost, thanks Matt, Riggin, and Colin for having us out. We only brought one today, but one we're extremely proud of. He'd be tagged 72, ear notch is 20-7. His pedigree would read, out for blood, all out war, here to help. His litter was the 20s. They were kind of the standout from day one as they were in the crate. Kind of the ones we kind of check on the first time you walk in the barn. Ones that just kind of stood out, every day of their life, and they're just kind of different and just had all the right pieces that we were looking for. Not much to say about the mother. The mother was a gilt that we had sent to Rutledge to show at LSU last year. She unfortunately got sick before show, so she wasn't shown yet. Her grandmother would be a direct daughter out of a sow that we had purchased from Gabe and Kenneth Swallow. She would have been a full mate in blood to Skull and Bones, so her pedigree would have been Secret Society Best Man. She had 2 litters, unfortunately. She had her first litter was a 2 class winners there at Houston, 21. And then the second litter, we nursed her along to have her litter, and she only had all gilts, but looking back, it worked out well for us. We think a lot of this guy. All the littermate brothers were well received. We actually sent an intact brother to the mock firm up north. Think a lot of him. If y'all have any questions, just holler at me in the back.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Vin Fisher, and Mike's going to tell you what his offering's about here.
Well, I'll play the broken record, too. I mean, you guys do a first-class job. I mean, awesome sale. I mean, great guys. I mean, if you don't know them, I mean, they're as good as you'll ever meet. Brought a pair of them. The big hog is one we kind of held back here for the sale. He's not cute anymore, and I hate that about it. But he was one that I kind of thought was one that could kind of grow in for maybe a smaller hog, one of the first set of shows we have. The little guy is one I pulled off the nursery decks there a couple days ago. I just like that pig. He's an August 8th. I know it used to be San Antonio age, but now it's Expo, I guess. I don't know. But this is one, his mother is one of my favorite young sows we got. She's a blue sow that was a very competitive gilt. She won a couple jackpot shows, but that one, he's out of a boar kind of bought because I used the mother to win a show. Probably one of the better pigs I'd seen that year. And boar we call White Reggie. He was a white hog out of backdrop. Very, very nice boar. Did a really good job for us. Thank you guys again. First class sale all the way.
Thank you, Mike. Next in is IDK. Nick's going to tell you what he has.
I want to start by saying congratulations to Colin, Matt, and Riggin on their big win at State Fair, Texas. That's pretty cool. And all the cold beer that they provided us last night. That's not so cool. We're going to lead off with this belted 132. 32 litter, sorry. Tag 75, he is a facts not feelings, say when, life sentence, best kept secret, secret society's mother. Like this pig a lot. That mother's one that we bought from Huffacre a few years ago, and she has done a very good job. The second one would be a 30 litter off belt, facts not feelings, say when, moonshine, mate to say what at Colson's, mate to Dookie's second at State Fair last year. This would be one that Archer actually raised, so kind of a cool deal there. Get to give back both sides. If you have any questions, look us up in the back.
Thank you, Nick. Again, that was IDK.
To our other popular pair at the Breeder's Best. So I guess I really only need 2 sows if we're going to go to 2 pig sales. Both these sows, very deep litters, 10 head in each of those. Gilts mates look really good. Bears obviously have represented us very well. So again, appreciate you. Make them fit where they work.
Thank you, Kevin. Next coming in will be Tin Roof. Raspberry's going to tell you what they're about.
Hey, thank you guys. Back home, been really busy getting ready for national convention as an advisor. We got 2 teams. I'm training for nationals, so I didn't even know if I had pigs ready to go to the sale. I went and ran them the other night. I said, I'm going to bring them because I think they're good enough, and I love hanging out with Matt Riggins and Colin, so we brought them. Our leadoff will be 80 right here that the young man's got. That'd be a trick 2. Steel 4s. Their mom would be a class winner at LSU and reserve lightweight cross there back in 22. And that'll be our lead off. The next one we'll run is the one in the center of the ring, the belted. That'd be a Slap Happy, Billions Believe in Me. That the sow we got from the burger firm. She's done a really good job. And then the last one would be a pig out of a gilt we got from Fontenot. We'd have bought her and showed her. She'd have been a class winner at LSU. Actually, every show she went to, she'd be a class winner just to get a piece of any division. But that'd be a Daylight Rusty Cage Cruel. And that Grandma John and them actually bought from Josh and Carrie. So thank you. That'd be lot 80 in the middle, 81 to the right, and 83 to the left. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. Next coming in is Oliver Farms. Colby's going to sit here and tell you what they're about.
It's whatever you want to call it. She was second or third in class. I don't really have much to say about the backside of that pedigree, being that she's a first litter gilt. I think that's 84. He would be a money's on, no stranger. One another first litter gilt. We showed her at LSU. I think she was second. Might have been third in class. I don't remember. Oh, that's when I was drinking. Yeah, that's good. Red pig in the ring now. It's a littermate to the other one. Be a Buckeye work of art. The chromed up one is a money line, instant regret. The mother of the cross would have raised the champion black cross at Texas National in 22 and the reserve champion commercial gilt at LSU in 22 that year as well. So if you got any questions, just come find me in the back, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. The red is, I think, 85. Yeah, the red's 85, and the chromed up one's 86.
Thank you, sir. All right, next we have Rocket Livestock, and Colby's going to talk to them. Grant couldn't make it today, so Colby's going to talk about them.
This is Rocket Livestock's consignment. My old buddy Grant got him a real job, so he couldn't make it this weekend. So I got elected to tend to his pig. I think the number on this one's 87. This will be his lead off and his only pig offered here. It is a off-the-chain jet black shattered. The mother was the Granberg Gilt at Expo in 22, which would have been the gilt Cooper showed. The mother would have also raised the Granberg at LSU last year that Robichaux had. And the mother raised the Granberg at the Central District in 20. Grandma, the shattered would have been the Reserve Burke at LSU in 21 and raised Cooper's. This is Rocket Livestock's offering.
Thank you. Next coming in is Rutledge Reg. Beanie's going to come up here and tell you what his offering's about.
Well, thank you, Colin, Matt, Riggin, for having me back. The two red ones we got here, I think tag 88, 89, 88. The young lady's on be a 42 liter, so that'd be chained up on Fat Guy's sister. Fat Guy was a hero dunked on. Boar we sold at Players a couple years ago to Burger. Tag 89 is 49 liters, so that'd be Wintex 312 on Masterpiece Rush Hour South. Both of these, second cousin on their mom's side and first cousin on the sire side, were grand champions at every Texas major back in 1904. They've got a sister from their aunt's second cousin that I think is going to really kick ass this year. But thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you, Beanie. Always a pleasure there. Next, we have Fontenot coming in here. Big John's going to sit and tell you about his offering.
Well, that's hard to follow. Thank the guys for having us here last night, or for the sale, and the steaks were great last night. We appreciate it. These two would be mates. They're going to be Left Behinds. Come and see. Left Behind's a boy we raised last year that went to Crossroads. We used him real hard this time, and these pigs that look like they're going to feed well, and we're pretty excited about them. But the little guy will be our lead off, and I'm not sure where that other one's running, but they would be 90, I think, and 91. 90 and 91. The little one would be 90. Bigger one would be 91. And this is a gilt litter. The little off belt would be 92. He would be a out for blood. Here I am. This would be that sow's second litter. First litter, she had the champion middleweight crossbred Barrett there at the expo. We've loved these out for bloods. They've done good for us this go around. This pig here would be a Left Behind. 93, I think, Left Behind. Prince, that sow's been around a while, has done a good job for us. This 94 pig, he would be also a Left Behind, back on an Andre, gilt litter. We really like that 94. We think he's a feeding dude, big legs, good look. that Andre would have been a boar that a boy from Louisiana would have raised that was there at Top Cut for a bit. But we appreciate y'all coming out, and this is our set. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, Big John. Who's next? Who is it?
Next in's my consignments. Bring you 3 of them. We're going to lead off with the bear that Colton's on. I think he's tag number what, Colton? 95. That one is a new creation next, never before. Sal would have came from Stauffer, kind of getting going here. She would have had a summer litter this last go-around. Turned out real nice. Dove in on the new creation deal pretty heavy, and this is kind of what I thought they'd come out looking like. Again, we'll start with that one, then transition over into the narrow belted one. That one, too, is a new creation, no turning back. Cruel, funny story, if you've been around our farm, that Cruel Sal came from Josh and Carrie and has just been responsible for as many class winners as any that we've had in terms of Sal families. I like that bear quite a bit, in my opinion. I think that one fits real well for that guy judging Houston. The blue one's quite frankly backdrop, Saved by Grace, Cruel. That Sal again would have came from Stauffer. That's Saved by Grace, Cruel. I think it all runs back to the same lineage as Canned Heat and whatnot. She would have died after having this litter, so I think this bear has got a pretty good shot to do some good things. Those are our 3 entries. If you got any questions, just hit us up and let us know.
All right, next we have Glenn Crafton here. And for a second, real quick, there's a little mess up on the sheet. It says his first rounder is 100. That one's tag is actually 98. The second rounder, instead of 121, it's 99. And then the 2 third rounders are 100 and 121 instead of what's in there. So just wanted to get that cleared up before we rock and roll here. Mr. Kraft's going to tell you what his offering's about.
We'd like to thank everyone for inviting us down here, and especially enjoyed that steak last night for supper. If you didn't like that, something's wrong. It was very, very good. We're going to lead off with 98, the Hampshire classifying pig. He's a buckle-up, dirty South. Most of our sows were never shown because we don't really allow anything to come back on the place that's been out and shown, and we like to keep it kind of healthy and disease-free, so we just maintain, if we have a kill that we like, we keep them at home. So every one of these mamas were just raised there and kept there, and we haven't shown them. 99 is the wide awake pig in the middle with the spot on his back. It's griping. He hadn't been happy since we took him away from his pen mates at home. He's a wide awake out of a never before sow that's just been a tremendous sow for us over the years. Those never befores are about to all be gone, and we're really going to miss him. The next entry is 100. That'd be the blue gilt or gilt entry. She's out of Autocorrect, which is that premium blend, and out of a black back slap first litter gilt. Autocorrect is a quite frankly. And like I said, it's a first litter gilt litter, and we don't know too much about it. And then we have number 121, the wide belted pig. He's a quite frankly, next intention. Everybody kind of knows quite frankly and what he's done, so. We thank you for inviting us, and we'll see you at the sale.
Thank you, sir. Next coming in, we have Mark Gray Show Pigs. Brought an excellent offering. He's going to tell you what they're about.
I'd like to start out by saying I really appreciate the invite, and it's a sale that we've been wanting to come to ever since it started, and it just hasn't worked out. So we prioritized it this year and kept these 3 pigs here that wanted to bring to it. that thought was very good representatives. We're going to start off where I guess we're going to start the sale and end the sale with a pair of 47s. The pig there, the chromed up pig the young man's driving, is out of a gilt that come from Will. She would have been a Glory Days on that 5-7 Never Before Blue sow. And then on the top side, they're out of OMG. OMG's a hog we sold there at the exchange. It's at Carl Kent's and Sons. He would actually, his mama there would actually go back to 5-2, so they kind of tie them Never Before sows in there at Will's. It's done a very good job. That was a very good litter of hogs, and that's a gilt litter. I've had a lot of people ask me about age and where they get to. I think them hogs fit that March window very, very good. They'll be right at 8 months old, so they're Julys that should slide in there and show extremely well and be able to feed them and just go show. But that's the pair of hogs there, OMG. Glory Days Never Before, that we're going to start with the chromed up one in with this white body one. Then the hog that we have in the middle, the second rounder, he's a hog. We sold a pair of his litter mates last week there that was very well received at Major League. Got a phenomenal home. They're excited to see what these hogs do. They're out of Driving Force. That sow, the gilt, it's a gilt litter likewise, and that would probably been my favorite litter that we raised last year. It was quite frankly tricked out cruel. It would have been to the Extremes litter mate's sister. One of them barrels we sold at the established. Kept one for my daughter to show and didn't get to show later on there due to injury. And then we sold a boar pig to Ralph Stock. Their mama was the only gilt in the litter. She's just a very, very impressive animal. Very impressed with that litter of hogs and stuff, and think he's got a very good shot. So again, that's 1, 2, 2 that we're leading off with. 1, 2, 3 will be the mainly black hog, and then end up with the white hog. 1, 2, 3. Want to thank them again. Very, very good hospitality. Them steaks, them 3 steaks, I really enjoyed them last night that I ate. It was a super good time. Thank you, fellas, for having us.
Thank you, Mark. Next coming in is Roseburg.
Yeah, thanks for having us out, you guys. It's a long trip down, but it's well worth it. This is a great event, great people out back and up front. We're going to lead off with the black barrel. The black one's going to be a canoe. Picture this, out of a gilt that we raised there at the farm. I think there's 3 of them. Picture this gilt. This will be the first one that farrowed out. There was a short litter. 3 gilts are still at home. This is the only male pig. I know he's all black, but I think that one's got a big window. We think that one's extremely good. Little gilt pig is going to be a shock and all end game Never Before. That end game Never Before would be an $18,000 one that we buy from our friends there at Sloan. She would be the mate sister to the 3 state fair champions that he had that year. There's another gilt at home, just maybe a little smaller, that we're in contentions to head to PT with, but that's a sow that we built around. This will be the first gilt we ever offered out of that one. I think that gilt's got a big window, whether you want her to be a show pig or an awesome sow back home. That's an awful good type of female for us. The next 2 we drop out that we bring, the one the young man's on, that's a Game Time No Huddle. Another one of them Game Time No Huddle, no intro, Never Before. I guess it would be Great Grandma on that one would be that $72,000 half interest sow that we bought with our friends there at Hildy's. No intro sow would be one of the first ones we've ever purchased out of that sow family, but another deep litter of pigs. We thought that male pig was big and ready to go right now, so we drug him out. But big, stout, burly guy that's here is one of the first Glory Day gilts that we've farrowed at our house. I think there's like 19 of them Glory Day gilts. That's an Extreme Measures. That's a boar that we would have bought from Mark Gray. These are 2 the Extreme back on his mom. That one's full pedigree would be Extreme Measures, Glory Days, no comparison, Never Before. We would have given $20,000 for this one's grandma, $72,000 for his great grandma. That one's grandmother would be also the same exact sow or same pedigreed sow and full sister to the $80,000 one that Hildy sells in the opener.
Thank you. Next coming in is Fink Farms, and Mr. Roberts going to tell you all about them.
Thank you very much for having me. I've got a lot of friends here. I cut myself yesterday. Spent about 3 hours in the ER, and they took care of my pigs and everything. It's a pleasure to be here. We start now with the lot number 129, Breathtaker, Slow Hand, Snafu. And the mother is litter mate to our class-winning pig last year at Houston. And we also brought a litter mate guild. I happen to like little black pigs. We've done well with them. And I hope they're not too young, but we think that one's pretty good. It seems like we don't get bone early, but they do grow into bone, and I think those will get along really well. Lot number 131 is a Boomtown. Spread the word. Boomtown was champion dark cross at Duncan a couple of years ago, the weanling, bred by Matt Hammond. He's a Here I Am, never before. Had a crop of pigs out of him last year. They got along really well for some people. Got background pictures. I just think that pig's going to get along really well. Others have, and I've got confidence that he will too. Again, thank you. Southern hospitality is awesome.
Thank you, sir. Next in the ring is Canesi Show Pigs. Russell is going to tell you what they're about.
All right, thank you all for having us. We brought 4 head. First 2 we're going to bring out are a pair of Berkshires. The bigger hog, he's tagged 132. He'd be a under the tables on a Just for Bert gilt, or this is a sow, but this is her gilt litter. Very, very deep litter of pigs. We thought this thing had a really, really good look, and if you're looking for one, because your bigger ones aren't kind of panning out, this one might kind of look in on that one. Smaller one, be tag 136. He'd be under the tables on a Waterberg female, also out of a gilt. So both litters were very, very deep. Wish we had more males out of those. Got a shit pile of females at the house still, but thought those 2 represented the kind and the kind of pigs that we're trying to make. All right, our next 2, be a pair of Chesters. Skinnier one, that'd be tag 134, and then the little stouter one over here in the corner, that'd be tag 135. Both are litter mates. They're out of burner phone and out of a box office sow. We ended up, was fortunate, we ended up getting burner phone to the house during breeding season, and got him up and running finally, and had our later litters were all out of burner phone. Wanted to kind of run him through some of those sows, but their mom would have raised the champion Chester Bear at Austin last year that we sold here. So thought we'd try to bring a pair of very, very nice Chester hogs that come out of a sow that did a really good job for us last year. So got any questions, get with us and try to answer any questions you might have. Thanks.
Thank you, Russell. Is this the last group? You last one, Chad? Last but not least, the Chad Hobson.
Oh, thanks to everybody for having us. Colin, Matt, Riggin, all the ladies for doing what they do, having us back. My lead off there is going to be the little belted barra. Okay. My leadoff barra is going to be the belted barra. That's going to be a hard time. The chrome pig there, that's going to be another 17 litter. His litter mate to the little belted bear that was out here first. Again, that's a hard times cash money tricked out. The belted bear would be out of, this would be her second litter. She had a litter in Dallas. That's going to be a hard times tricked out heavy cream. Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, Chad. That concludes our live feed today. Remember, the sale will start. We're going to start strolling, do a quick preview in and out around 6 to 6:30, and then we're going to start the sale after. And right before the sale, we're also going to do our waffle drawing too as well. So you guys can enjoy yourself, hang out here, go get some lunch. Thank you to all those online that participated in watching. We got a really good set, and really happy for all y'all to be here. Thanks again.